You call that invisibility? I'll show you invisibility. Yeah, how do you like me now? A Gruff separation is another twin-centric episode, and in my opinion, is actually the best one that the series has had. Mostly because there actually aren't that many episodes that are focused on the twins as a unit. I guess if you want to call it, it's all more about the individuals who make up the twins. There have been a lot of episodes that have either focused on Tough Nut or Rough Nut. Not very many that focus just on just the twins themselves, with the exception of like Twin Sanity, and with Zipple Back Down, maybe a little bit with Snuff Nut, but Snuff Nut, that was kind of more for hilarious reasons. A Gruff separation is more meaningful because it gives us a more deeper look into just the relationship that Tough and Rough have, and it shows that how far they are willing to go for each other, even if it means being completely outcasted from the family. The main premise is that Gruff Nut returns to give the Thorsten induction trials on the twins' 19th birthday, because for reasons we all know and can't imagine why, most Thorstens don't make it to age 19. And at first, they're kind of tough. They're all like, you can't have one without the other. We're a package deal. Where one nut goes, the other one follows. So kind of calling back to Snuff Nut which makes sense that Tough Nut's the one that says it, because he was eavesdropping during that moment. But Gruff, Loki's himself into pitting the twins against each other, and they think that to complete the trials for altruistic reasons, for good intentions, but they're at each other's throats. They're getting competitive during these trials, and until they ultimately reconcile, facing off against a Titan Wing Zippleback. And it almost looks like, Gruff, he says that he's honest. Right. About as honest as T.J. Miller making a bomb threat to Amtrak and it being fake. And that is the only jab I'll make at him, because the Thorstens give me so much to make fun of. But getting back on track, it turns out that this chest is just filled with rocks and potatoes. Okay. But then it's revealed that Gruffnut never completed the trials. He's not a Thorsten anymore, and he just used the twins to get a treasure that was supposed to be in that chest, which turns out to be a Dragon Eye lens. So this episode that was supposed to be filler actually ends with a cliffhanger plot thread that is definitely going to come into play later on. I'll bet that's even going to be the tiebreaker in this race. Like with the Loyal Order of Ingerman, there's really nothing that I can nitpick or just go all, why did you do that kind of thing. There was a lot of good moments, meaningful, funny, and of course some Easter eggs, like with the whole, package deal, that kind of thing. And So, yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much the majority of what I'm going to talk about. What, I think the funniest thing that I can think of is just the fact that just a remark that I didn't even intend for it to be funny at all turns out to it's actually true. At the end of the episode, as well as, you know, the montages of all the Thorsten's induction trials, it's been proven fact that the Thorsten gene pool really is that shallow. I mean, you have a tough nut with black hair, you have a rough nut with red hair. We already know about Gruff Nut. Oh my god. The Thorstens in the Dragon series are like the Cletus of The Simpsons. They're inbred. They're all inbred. Which explains a few things. Ugh. But, you know, all that aside, other funny moments kind of include the trials. Like, first one is to get Speed Stinger Venom. Second is to get the molted skin of a Changewing. Third is to get the treasure chest from a Zippleback. And they were all just very interesting. I mean, these had my attention from the very start. And one thing I can praise is that after Tough Nut is paralyzed momentarily, is that we get a close up of you know, his face, and we see a bead of sweat on his head. Now, before the Loyal Order of Ingerman, something that small would not be seen. So this does kind of reinforce what I've said in episode 2, that the animators are really kind of going all out for the second season, even adding in subtle little details that we kind of take for granted. The Changewing, that actually was kind of the more funny one, mostly because when the twins get the molted skin, Tough Nut does like this little funny dance, like he's a football player who scored a touchdown. Rough Nut does like the most creative thing. She covers either a stump or a rock on a beach, and so it disappears. It blends in with all the sand, and she just dances on top of it. And though, yeah, that one was funny. When they get back to arguing, Hiccup and Toothless, who are trying to mediate this, just like fly right in and slaps them with his tail. that was funny. But so that's kind of where most of the funny things with the twins end. This third trial involves them getting a chest from a cave. They use the molted Changewing skin to essentially Harry Potter themselves into the cave. Now, personally, I kind of like the Predator effect. Ruff is the one who gets the chest, and while Tough fends off the Titan Wing Zippleback, bringing in the classic treasure guarding dragon motif. But she turns back to rescue Tough, which I'm kind of wondering, is this the second or third time that she saved him? I lost count because I wasn't counting. But yeah, it's ultimately they make the decision that if they're just not going to be Thorstens, they're gonna give up, because if one has to leave, it's just not the same for them anymore. And so we get this very beautiful shot where after Tough Nut, sparks the Zippo bag gas. It explodes and they throws both of them towards the camera, and they are joined at the hands, pretty much showing that even in the worst of moments, that they will always be together. And yeah, honestly, this, like I said, this was a very good episode. It was funny. It added more depth to not only the twins but the entire Thorsten clans. Some of which I'm probably going to need to see therapy because of this. But all in all, this was a good episode. And yes, that you know what that means. Next episode is the episode, the one that you've all been waiting for. But before I get to that, DreamWorks, I can't stress this enough. Please release. You know what? I've been doing this for the past 4 weeks, and I don't really think it's reaching them. So here's something that we can do. All of us, we get jobs at both DreamWorks, where they make the series, and Universal, where they distribute them. We get palsy walsy with the employees, climb up the ranks, eventually becoming the right hand of the CEO, and somewhere down the line, an accident should befall them, and then